How's it going, Otakudo? Makoto Otakudo back with another episode of Eden for you guys. I know there has been no episode this week. We're gonna get into this episode very quick. I gotta talk about something before we get started. If you watch a little side note, if you tune into this video, this episode right here, I advise you to go back to the beginning. There's gonna be a link in the description to lead you to a playlist that will you'll be able to watch this series from the beginning. Also, I got other visual novels I've done on this channel. So, when we last left off here, we made the decision to stay behind on the world with Shion instead of leaving the planet as what she wanted us to do. And we had a conversation with Elika. Like I said, if you don't know what's going on, you missed the previous video episode, go back there. If you still don't know what's going on, and you just tuned into this one, you wonder why anything of this has happened, I advise you go down to the description, click onto that playlist, and watch it from episode 1 up to this one. Back to this one. And let's just get right into it. She behaved just as though I thought she would. Still, she looked quite surprised that I saw through her scheme. The girl who walked with a frown on her face in the dazzling morning sun suddenly went wide-eyed and dropped her luggage on the ground.
なんでいるの?
ちょっと畑の様子を見に行ってきて、その帰りだ。
嘘っぽい。
A stiff smile crept up Maya's face. Of course it was a lie. I was ambushing her.
家から出る前に引き止めればいいのに、先回りしてるところが性格悪いよね。
なんとでも言え。それで、やっぱり一人で行くつもりだったのか。
春菜くんもわざわざ追いかけては来ないかなと思ったんだよ。
どうだろうな。お前も一人じゃ危なっかしいからな。
We can't just leave you alone. Yeah. Especially since this was showing the signs of it's about to end soon. But hey. Maya glared at me with a groan. Since she worked as a journalist, I was sure she had her share of miserable experience. But even so, Maya's heart was still pure. Perhaps she accepted her interview because she liked that aspect of Maya.
でも、会えてよかった。
なぜ？
殴っちゃってごめん。
Maya blushed a deep red and quickly bowed her head.
だいたい私が口を出すようなことじゃなかったね。
Don't worry, you got it through my head how mad you got it through Rio's head. Rio's head here. Godly, I don't know how to pronounce the name. I know how to pronounce the name. I heard the name so much. But hey, I'm gonna say this. I've been saying this a lot. I like this game OST. I like the soundtrack for this game. I really look up who did the soundtrack for this visual novel.
いや、お前には散々引っかき回されたけどな。今はマヤが来てくれてよかったと思ってる。
Very glad you came. You was a refreshing. You was a refresher to our normal routine.
Huh?
I had considered leaving this place, but now I've been able to solidify my reason for staying with Shion even more. If not for Maya, I'm sure I would have just gone with the flow. Never so much as realized how I felt and welcomed the end.
お前のおかげで真実が分かったよ。俺の中のな。
Yep.
結局残ることにしたんだね。
Yep. Sad. Yep. We decided to stay. I nodded without hesitation. I made up my mind to give up my freedom and protect Shion to the very end. But I had no need for such a whimsical idea like freedom anyway. I wanted to put my life on the line to grant her final wish.
そっか。
She closed her eyes tightly and kept grumbling. She was perplexed, worried, and confused. It looked like she could snap at any second. That was when Maya grumpily started to stop and she let a tiny sigh.
Maya.
しょうがないか。自分で決めたことだもんね。
She opened her eyes, her face was bright and cheery again. I took notice of the mixed feelings wavering in and out of her cheerful
泣くな
smile.
よ。
泣いてないよ。泣いてる。
Maya jumped at the sudden sound of Shion popping up behind her. Shion didn't seem to pay any mind and just yawned. Shion didn't seem to pay any mind to it. And just yawned.
もう少し遅くに出発してくれればいいのに。
Shion said in a bitter voice, and Maya knitted her brows.
早く帰った方がいいみたいなこと言ってなかったっけ？忘れた。
That too was a definite lie.
でもマヤ、勝手に一人で行ってはダメ。でもね、私たちは毎日小さな別れと再会を繰り返してる。だけど長いお別れがいつ来るか、それは誰にもわからない。私にもわからない。だからきちんと向き合っておくの。いつ最後のお別れが来てもいいように。
Maya nodded with a humble look on her face. I was sure she didn't actually want to leave without saying a word. She just hadn't wanted to hear. She just hadn't wanted to tear Shia and I apart. Also, wasn't it because she knew this was goodbye forever that she could look us in the eye? Maya probably understood those sentiments all too well.
別れが悲しくても言葉を交わしておけば後悔はしなくて済む。
私はさ、これでも報道だからいろんな人と会って、じゃあまたって別れて二度と会わないことがほとんどなんだよ。
I gazed into the distance, a tinge of sadness in her eyes.
今回の場合は本当に永遠の別れだものね。
Yes, yes, it will.
シオン、そんなにはっきり言わないでくれる？また泣いてる。泣いてないって。
Maya loudly denied it and rubbed her eyes. I was amazed she made it as a journalist with her heart on her sleeve like that. But maybe it was that human element was precise why people tend to answer her when she questioned them.
私さ、たくさん迷惑かけちゃったね。迷惑かけたのに
私なんてまだまだ駆け出しだから、記事を書いてもちゃんと世界のみんなに伝わるかわかんない。私が何もしなくてもシオンのことはずっと遠い未来まで語り継がれるだろうけど、それでも一人でも多くの人に1秒でも長くシオンのことを覚えていてもらうために行ってくる。生きてる限りシオンのことを語り続けるよ。それが私の人生をかけた戦いになるんだ。
She kept talking on and on, hardly taking a breath when Maya was suddenly taken aback, like she realized something, and her cheeks went completely red.
ちょっと偉そうかな。
Oh no, it wasn't. It was a bit. No, it's. I don't know what to say here. I really don't know what to say for this.
そんなことない。
Yeah, it wasn't. Shion smiled and shook her head.
マヤみたいな人が生きていく世界を指し示せただけで、私自分のやったことに意味があったと思えるから。だからマヤは生きて、どこまでもいつまでも。
そんなこと言うと際限なく長生きするぞ、こういうタイプは。
ああ、そう。
Shion thought about it a little.
じゃあ人の迷惑にならない程度に長生きして。
努力します。
With Maya in a bit of a daze, Shion took a step towards her and gently embraced her.
シオン？
いってらっしゃい。私の船はきっと乗り心地がいいから、いい記事を書けると思う。
Maya nodded, wrapped her arms around Shion's back, and hugged me tightly. The sight of those two girls embracing with a songbirds whispered and shining morning sun in the background, downright sacred in my eyes. The bodies slowly separated. Shion quickly withdrew to the side, leaving me face to face with Maya.
そうだ、春菜くんのことも記事に書いていいのかな。
俺はどうでも構わないが、別に面白い話になるとも思えないな。
Yeah, do what you want, do what you want, just make it a Israel story if you want it to be.
面白く書いていい？
Yep.
事実に反することを書くつもりか？
冗談だよ。
Maya smiled, but it felt horribly awkward to me. She was probably close to tears yet again.
大丈夫。私は春菜くんのこと忘れないし、忘れない人たちが他にもいると思う。
いないさ。
いるよ。例えば、とっても綺麗で誰よりも強いけど寂しそうなあの人とかね。
Yeah. Did they resent me? Or did I no longer mean anything to her? That thought hung over my head ever so slightly.
絶対に言っちゃいけないって脅されてたけど、独り言なら許してもらえるよね。
いいと思う。
For whatever reason, Shion arbitrarily gave her permission. She was looking off in another direction, so I thought she might not have been listening.
春菜くんのことを話してからラビー少尉が一言つぶやいたの。もう一度会いたい。
The sight of Lavi suddenly appeared in my mind. It felt like I could hear her voice.
もう一度会いたい。
No, that wasn't the voice of the second lieutenant I knew. It resembled the frail voice of a slim, unreliable girl I once met on some distant battlefield. Although she was a soldier, the uniform didn't suit her in the slightest, and her name was so long it was a pain to address her. What was I doing remembering that now?
ただそれだけの言葉だけど、私はあんなに重い言葉を聞いたことなかったよ。
そういえばあいつとは決着をつけてなかったからな。そういうことだろう。
Yeah, some things are left undone. I gazed at my own hand. There was a faint white scar on the back of my palm. The pain I felt when the knife stabbed me, I still remember it. That near instant where flesh and blade mend. Looking back on it now, that had been my final battle. I had no objection to Lavi being the co-star of Harina's last performance as a soldier.
たく素直じゃないよね、みんな。
Oh, you can say that
素直
again.
じゃない人の本音を聞き出すのがマヤのお仕事。
春菜くんは手強すぎて、私にはまだ太刀打ちできないよ。
She smiled bitterly and shrugged her shoulders.
だけどコメントも結局もらえなかったし、春菜くんには出会った時からやられっぱなしだからな。
Yeah.
このままお別れっていうのは悔しいし、一矢報いてやりたいよ。
俺は何も間違ったことはしてないと思うが。
I had seen her while bathing, and thoroughly examined every inch of her body as well as her luggage. That was probably incredibly embarrassing for her.
どうしたいんだ。
What to do?
一発殴らせてよ。
お前には前にも一発食らった記憶があるんだが。
あれはあれ、これはこれ。乙女の純情を踏みにじった罰としては軽いでしょ。
まあいいけどな。
Well, yeah, it's been a long time coming for that.
本当？
She was looking forward to this. Maya slowly approached me with a delightful look on her face. She clenched her fists tightly.
んじゃ、行きまーす。
She came up to me in the exact same fashion as the last time she hit me. And just like before, I saw it coming. However, at the very last moment, her fist unfurled like lightning.
Oh.
She held the back of my neck with an open hand and pulled me close. Her action was so harmless that I forgot to even resist. By the time I realized it, our lips were touching. Oh boy. Real? If you'll get the meaning of why she did this, I'm gonna be so mad at you. Boy, I'm gonna be so very mad at you. This caught me by surprise, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could have said I saw this coming, but that would be a lie. My eyes were closed, and I couldn't read her emotions at all. Our lips just barely made contact. Then Maya immediately pulled away, body and all.
春菜くんには殴られるよりよっぽど効くでしょう。
何を考えてるんだお前は。
何かな。
Maya smiled impishly. Then, for some reason, looked at Shion.
これが私の置き土産。素直じゃない人の本音を聞き出すにはショックを与えるのも有効だよね。
一般論としては認める。
あら。
She murmured and disappeared and hosted. She murmured in disappointment and hosted up her bags she had thrown on the ground earlier.
それじゃあ、私行くね。ああ、そうそう。
She looked like she remembered something.
ちなみに今のは私のファーストキスだからありがたく思ってね。
And it was her first kiss.
自分で押し付けておいて言うか。
もう受け取っちゃったでしょ。
She said cheerfully as she took a few steps backwards and put some distance between me and Shion. In the instant I knew, even though we were far apart, we would never be closer than this ever again.
私は嘘つきだけど、それを分かってるけど、やっぱり言いたい。希望はゼロじゃないって信じたいから。
Shion nodded slightly and stood by my side.
じゃあまたね。
Yes, see you later, see you in another life. Oh no, I hate these type of goodbyes.
また。
またな。
Bye bye. Maya turned around with a swoop and ran off as her heavy luggage cluttered behind her. She never looked back. We stood in place and watched her tiny figure disappear into the distance.
行っちゃった。
Yep.
あ
There she goes. She was a whirlwind that came into our lives and left as a whirlwind. It was great that she was here. Fucking Jesus Christ. I'm gonna miss her too. I'm gonna miss all the characters once it's over. There was no loneliness on Shion's face because Maya had been a loud and boisterous person to the end. But could you really say that was a bad thing? At first you it was annoying, but then it grows on you. You can't say that a loud person like that wouldn't grow on you in these times. I know it for certainly grew on me in a short amount of time we spent getting to know the character. I would get to know the character. You can't just say that it wasn't good, because she had conducted herself in such a way that we wouldn't feel lonely once she said farewell. Yeah. Could be even more sad when she's gone, guys. No, I don't want anyone to go. I want everyone to live. I knew it was possible for Felix and since they have a time limit on life, they live long enough. And when the time's coming, that's no fuck. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm just so emotional, guys. This got me. This hit me right in the coconut. It hit me right here. This song vision I was like, it started off like, hey, what's gonna happen? It started off at the beginning. If you haven't watched the beginning, guys, you gotta watch the beginning. I really enjoying this. I really am enjoying this a lot. I really enjoy playing visual novels, or basically reading visual novels, accompanied by some pictures. This was a great story, and I want to see how they're going to end this. It looks like we're coming up to the end, guys. enough me rambling on. Let's just get right back into it, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you guys don't want to hear from me. You just want to see it go some more. I was glad that there was no sorrow clouding Shion's face. Yeah.
Ryo?
She stared intently at my face, no my
Ryo,
lips.
案外つまらない手に引っかかる。
ああいう攻撃は想定してなかった。
I'm in the same boat with Ryo here. I didn't expect that either. That came out of left field for me. That came way out of left field for me. I know you guys gonna say I'm fucking tense. I should have saw that coming. But honestly, I didn't see that coming. I thought he was gonna get punched.
応用力が足りない。反省して。
Was it my imagination, or did her tone sound unusually angry? As I found myself unable to decide, Shion clung ever closer to me. She squeezed my hand so tightly it almost hurt.
シオン。
帰ろう。私たちの家に。
Let's go back to our home.
まだ朝ごはん食べてない。
了解。すぐに作るよ。
The morning air was clean and clear, and the birds were signaling the start of a whole new day. Was that woman running down the mountain trail this very moment with all her might? As I thought about that, I felt a tug from
ゆっ
Shion's
くり
hand.
歩いて。私たちの時間はまだ。
俺たちだけの時間がな。
Very soon, all of mankind would vanish from this world, and the final silence would envelop the planet as it waits for the end. I chose to use the time remaining for her, and only her. That was my single final decision.
So して最後の幕が開く。
I'm good.
マヤが去った日を境に、シオンの体調は目に見えて悪くなっていった。
Oh no.
少し動いただけで発熱し、食欲はほとんどなく、眠りも長く深い。一日のほとんどをベッドの上で過ごすことも多い。それでもシオンは一言も弱音を吐かなかった。ただ穏やかに何かを待っているようだった。
Oh no. I'm debating to continue here or end it off. I want to save this next part for another episode. I believe that the last part where I'm gonna leave that off. Guys, it's gonna be quite short for this video. I'm sorry. I usually go 40 or such, but I believe saying goodbye to Maya was a great way to spend this episode. Saying our final goodbyes. That's why I want to end it. I don't want to start up another act. This is another act, and apparently we're on the final act, guys. We're on the final act. We get to the end. We're gonna see the end. I'm not happy for the end. I am not happy for the end, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the least bit happy. I'm happy that I got to see the story through. But maybe next week's episode might be the last episode, guys. We don't know. We might have a couple more episodes in this, but like always, if you guys like this video and leave a like and if you're new, make sure to subscribe button. Also, go back to the fucking first episode, guys. You don't know what you're missing. You just like you just opened up a book to the halfway through the story, and you're gonna be confused like shit. And like all fucking jeez, I'm sorry. Let's do that again. And like, if you're new, subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell button. Stay up to date when I upload new videos. And like always, Otakudos, Makoto Otakudo signing out. Bye.